Arrogant.
You don't live in a fantasy land.
Condescending.
That's what I wish somebody would have told me when I was a little bit younger.
Self-righteous.
A question is not an opinion, I'm not exaggerating. Certain things in life are black and white.
Hey, you know how sticky it get. Hey, you know how sticky it get. Hey, you know how sticky it get.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Taylor. You already know what it is. Y'all, today I want to come on here basically talk about the Chappell Roan situation and D'Angelo Wallace saying his opinion on it. Arrogant, condescending, self-righteous, chronically online. These are all the words I've heard people use to describe D'Angelo Wallace. Y'all, basically D'Angelo Wallace is a YouTuber with millions of subscribers. He started off doing like art content and pushed more over into commentary. And Chappell Roan is a new breakout artist who's doing numbers close to Taylor Swift's. So don't play with her, don't play with her. Y'all, D'Angelo Wallace did a video about Chappell Roan, basically called Chappell Roan and Speedrunning the End of Her Career. And he made that video after Chappell Roan did an interview where she was giving her opinion on the political election, basically saying there's problems on both sides and not saying who she was voting for. She basically said she doesn't feel pressured to endorse a certain political candidate, which she shouldn't. This sent fans into an uproar thinking she was voting for Trump, when in reality, I feel like she just didn't want to feel pressured into telling everybody who she was voting for. Because why should celebrities have to endorse political candidates for us? Like, what? Yeah, her fans was really angry, and they basically bullied her into telling everybody who she was voting for by assuming she was voting for Trump and how dare you, you're gay and you're basically pressure her into telling them she was voting for Kamala, not Trump.
No, I'm not voting for Trump. And yes, I will always question those in power and those making decisions over other people. That's why I can't endorse. That's why I can't put my entire name and my entire project behind one, because there is no way I can stand behind some of the left's completely transphobic and completely genocidal views. Fuck Trump for fucking real, but fuck some of the shit that has gone down in the Democratic Party that has failed people like me and you.
And D'Angelo basically made a video about it, and I really felt like the main point of his video was trying to tell Chappell Roan that she needs a PR team.
Media training, a little bit of practice with interviews would have alleviated this issue, because I promise you a good PR person would never have allowed Chappell to say this in that exact wording.
So she won't get into situations like that. In the situation she got into a couple months ago where she was basically telling her fans that she don't owe them nothing. They need to stop feeling like they're entitled.
Abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. I don't care that this crazy type of behavior comes along with the job, the career field I've chosen. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't want whatever the you think you're supposed to be entitled to whenever you see a celebrity. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's weird.
But I believe people didn't like the way she said it. And at first, I didn't really see nothing wrong with D'Angelo's message or his video, because I be watching his videos. I'm like, okay, I understand why he said that she need more PR. I was watching the video in the bathtub, so I wasn't really paying too much attention. Then I kind of started to place myself in Chappell's shoes, and I'm like, okay, me and her ain't that different, because I don't be feeling pressure to endorse nobody, but I'm not a celebrity as big as Taylor Swift or Chappell Roan. And I do believe it's problems on both sides, and your political views should not be influenced by what a singer-songwriter says. Like your views should be your own and shouldn't be influenced by anybody. And you shouldn't have to explain yourself or endorse anybody. What? But I feel like Chappell Roan didn't have that same experience. She said she ain't feel pressure to do this, that, the third, and then they pressured her. I feel like D'Angelo did good of making it seem like he wasn't pressuring her, but he did nonetheless. Basically using the whole lesser of two evils methodology that hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Why are we talking in circles about both sides when one side is objectively so much worse.
Like, I agree with him saying that Chappell Roan needs PR because she's such a big artist. Of course you need PR for things that you say over social media and stuff. That's why I believe, like, singers, rappers, anybody in the limelight like that, y'all shouldn't even be on social media. You should really just let your PR team take care of all of that, because you're gonna embarrass yourself. You're not trained in people sensitivity or how to communicate with people and all that. And she had that thing a couple months ago, so it's clear that she does keep angering her fan base in a way. Like, even though I agree with Chappell Roan and the statement she makes, like, yeah, her fans should not feel like it's okay to invade her privacy and her personal space and boundaries. And she shouldn't feel pressured to endorse a political candidate. Like, bro, she's a pop star. What? She's a pop star. She's a singer. I'm like, what is this world where we pressure random ass people to give their political views and give a fuck about what they got to say? Like, it don't make no sense to me. Like, she's just a girl. And so is Taylor Swift. Like, the fact that some people is like looking out for them to endorse political candidates is crazy to me. What? I feel like, yeah, the get out and vote message is a very strong message. People should feel like their votes matter and they need to get out and vote so they can have a voice in all of this. But I feel like, bruh, involving a celebrity's personal opinion, that shit has no merit to me. Like, sing me a song. But yeah, back to D'Angelo. I do not think he's so arrogant and self-righteous to where he wanted to straight up tell this girl what she need to do, like, and then hide and cover up his true intentions. I don't think that's what he was trying to do. I feel like D'Angelo, while it's been in the media space and in the public eye for a minute, so he was maybe trying to get her some advice. Was it bad advice? Yes.
I don't think there's problems on both sides is a good statement at all. Is it true? Yes, but we're getting into this really tricky territory where when you're in an interview, or even when you're putting out statements on the internet, if you're only thinking about what is true and what you believe, and you're not also thinking about how it can be interpreted, you're really setting yourself up for failure.
I feel like you should never sell your opinion or sell yourself to please others, because then that's all you're gonna be doing. Like, what? And I honestly feel like that's what Chappell Roan had to do when she told people who she was voting for. She had to sell herself, because that's not what she wanted to do. She wanted to keep her boundaries in place, and she wanted to not tell people who she was voting for. She said, I don't even feel pressured to do this or to endorse a candidate. And what did they do? Pressure her, push past her boundaries time and time again. I feel like since D'Angelo been on the internet so long, he don't like drama and all that, so he gonna go with what his fan base believe in and they beliefs, and he gonna stick to those. Just like Moist Critical. Have y'all ever hear how he talk when he got a bad take and people don't like what he say? He always try to talk around it, or he be like, oh, I didn't mean it this way. Because people like that, they want to say exactly what people in their fan base like. They don't want to stir the pot by saying something they think people might not like. Because as a YouTuber, you gonna make certain videos, or you gonna have certain takes that people not gonna like, and you gonna know, oh, this one might not go over that well. Oh, I already know what they finna say about this. But if you keep playing it safe, where is that gonna get you? He claimed Chappell Roan's statement was miscommunication at its finest, but no, it was not that. It was her setting boundaries and the fans pushing past them, and you pushed past them as well.
That's what I wish somebody would have told me when I was a little bit younger, complaining about both sides. Yeah. You don't live in a fantasy land. You're not going to be presented a perfect candidate. But when one of the sides is actually death, like, for real, forcing people to give birth is deadly. Withholding gender-affirming care from people is deadly. Racism is deadly, etc. This isn't a question, it's not an opinion, I'm not exaggerating. Nuance actually is counterproductive when certain things in life are black and white.
Unknowingly, maybe, but that don't change the fact that you did. You pushed past that lady boundaries when she said she don't feel pressured. You did what everybody else did, everybody else in her fan base. I feel like he tried to basically do the same thing while trying to come from a place like he was trying to help her.
People are gonna jump to like, you're tone policing, you're telling women how to speak, you're trying to silence them. Communication is a job. It's just a job. It's one of your jobs when you are a pop star. Objectively, this could have been avoided by thinking harder about what was said. Not because I think her true thoughts need to be filtered, but because, again, miscommunication creates landmine.
Which I ain't saying he wasn't trying to help her, but I feel like a part of him was kind of trying to be like, oh, I've been on the internet for a minute, you feel me? So you need to do this, behave like this, when it's like, everybody don't want to do that.
Taylor Swift's recent endorsement was a great example. She was able to endorse Vice President Harris, and
like, some people like to function on the internet differently than that. I feel like it's the difference between like somebody like D'Angelo Wallace and somebody like Troy's TV. D'Angelo's more cookie cutter. He not finna give an opinion that people not finna agree with. Troy's TV, he gonna give his opinion even if nobody agrees. Yeah, both videos are well thought out. Both videos are well executed, well edited. But I already know which one I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the one with somebody keeping it real and saying they true, real opinions. Not just appealing to the masses or agreeing with what everybody else gotta say. And I also feel like Choice TV fan base ain't finna try to turn on him and do all that like D'Angelo fan base gonna do. I feel like if you make a video with the purpose of having everybody agree with you and agree with what you're talking about, you building a community of yes men and people who just say yes to you all day and agree with you all day. Like, who the hell wants that? And then all they gonna do is turn on you as soon as you say something they don't like. They gon', oh, I knew you was da-da-da-da. You're so wrong. And then how you react to that is gonna determine your career and determine how people treat you on this here internet. And saying all that, y'all, I do not think D'Angelo is self-righteous and this, that, the third, and he think he better than us. Like, y'all, so when I first recorded this video, I really tried to give Mr. D'Angelo the benefit of the doubt. Cause I'm like, okay, he's just like us. He's just like me and you. He's just trying to build his platform without creating too much drama. But then after I watched the clips again and watched everything and heard like the tone of his voice and the things he was saying, I'm like, sir, why are you over here judging people just because they have a different political opinion than you? And then you think your political opinion is right over everybody else's just because he's educated or because he's been on the internet longer. He thinks he can kind of little girl Chappell Roan and tell her, oh, you need media training. You don't have the right opinion, basically. When it's like, it was not miscommunication at all. There was no miscommunication. She was very clear about setting her boundaries and not wanting to let anybody know who she was voting for or not feeling any pressure to endorse any candidate. And him pushing past them boundaries really had me like, dang. It was him basically saying it's black and white and we don't live in a fantasy world where it's a perfect candidate. Okay. That has nothing to do with what she said. She said she doesn't feel pressure to endorse a candidate. And he's saying, oh, well, Taylor Swift did it. The fuck did that got to do with her? Anyways, that's all I got for this video. D'Angelo was on some bullshit. But yeah, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna leave y'all off with this. Hold up. I bought this at Home Depot today. I went looking for a screw. They did not have the screw, but I left with this. Look at that plane. Look at, hey. Bum, 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 bum. Mr. Grinch, I wouldn't touch you with a 6.5-inch pole. Bitch. Alright, y'all. Bye. I love him. Y'all know I used to play trombone. Bye, y'all. Oh, shit.
Need a lock in, block him, dead man walking. Finna back a dude like Sadie Hawkins. Niggas at the party don't know what to do. Trying to get my attention, nigga, bust the move. If you like it, yeah, then press the button. If you like it, comment and just subscribe. Bust the move. If you like it, then press the button.
For real, just press it.
If you like it, comment and subscribe. Yeah.